All right, look, normally I'd already have the game running, but when I started this game up, the the intro movie was, first of all, it was incredibly loud. It blew me away and I had to go into the settings, turn it down. But it was so ridiculous that I wanted to open the game up here so you could all enjoy. Uh there it is. All right, sick. Yep. Here we go. It's still so loud. I'm gonna turn it down for you. I need this song charted for drums and guitar. Him just surfing across on the salt shaker. God. Oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Okay, I'm gonna try and turn this back up to what I normally have it on. I'm going to go back in the settings because this clearly it did save. That was with the lowered settings, unless it doesn't count for the intro. We're gonna lower it a little bit. Check, check. All right. It's low now. All right, let's bring it back. All right, we're gonna have to play with the audio because that intro screen blew me away. It seems the settings that I set for the lower music and everything didn't apply to the intro screen, but I really thought it was important that I share that with you. All right. I mean, the only thing I haven't been able to figure out is if I think I'm playing as a girl. I don't think I play as the Colonel. Like, I think I actually play as a girl trying to win over the heart of the Colonel. So, like, do I... Whatever. A girl named Chef, let's go. Oh my god, biscuits. Oh no. Alright, I'm in the way. Let's... Alright, this was the other thing I was worried about, was like, where am I best... About up here. We'll put myself up here for now. Like, where am I best positioned for this game? I want you to be able to read the text, but I also, if the characters are on the two sides talking to each other, I don't want to block that. Oh my god. My birthday's coming up, and this music room could actually use that exact poster of the chicken. Wow. All right. Should I be reading all this to you? You want me to read it to you? Is that how these usually work? All right. The world is peaceful and serene. I could stay in this moment forever. All right. Smack that clock. Up and at him. No, we're getting at it. I want to smack that clock. You like the other poster of the... Is that like BTS? That was the worst alarm clock I've ever heard. All right. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you. The prestigious University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by and you find your imagination getting away from you. You need to take this seriously, or I allow myself to daydream a bit. I'm a daydreamer. All right. My first day of culinary school. So many dishes to prepare and so many students to meet. Your mind is swimming with possibilities. When you realize you're running late, you grab a biscuit and burst out the door in a hurry. What a morning. The sound effects in this game so far, 10 out of 10. Ah, just what I needed to wake up those taste buds. Oh my god, I forgot to put on deodorant. Ugh. What the hell of a school, man. And it's just a cooking school. This is like, damn. Miriam. Oh. The most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and I absolutely love her for it. You excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Alright. Oh no. This morning when I made breakfast for myself, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. It's sad. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam. Ah, her parents are master chefs, of course. Ugh. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you've been the most loving, caring person I know. You're gonna do great. Oh, so supportive. Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters. Dude, imagine you could just become a prestigious chef in 3 days. I feel like even I could commit. Let's go. I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. Not a lot of time if you get left behind in a 3-day semester. Sweet girl, Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Damn. Alright, did you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? We lift our friends up, friends. We make sure our friends are up here with us. Remember last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares. I've been trying to forget. She looked spooky, but she was sweet, and she told her that she was destined for great things. Well, how could you have any doubts? Remember that card with the fancy looking tower and the other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? Oh my god. I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. And I'm sure you will soon, Miriam. In no time we'll be graduating and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. I feel like I've done my job as a friend here. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all, and if not, at least I have these killer bangs. I hate bangs. They just... I don't like them. I don't think they work on anyone. Sorry. Can I believe she cut them herself? All bangs look like they were self-cut because they look like shit. I definitely believe it. Yeah, there you go. Alright. I cannot believe it. Damn. Before you get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Whoa. My custom engraved measuring spoons. Goddamn. Hey. Ugh. It's the worst spelling of Ashley I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. Oh my god. My arch rival. She is totally evil, but I can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants and she knows it. It's because she's got big tits. God, that spelling is so bad. I can't see her whole face. Oh shit. Alright, maybe we'll go over here. This is my cam. We'll go over here. Maybe I'm just gonna be moving around the whole time. Alright. Hello, Ashley. Ashley. The spelling of... I've never seen a worse spelling of that name before. I feel like the AE is killing me. Like, at least the rest is kind of like Ashley, you know? But the AE is... Oh, dude. It looks so bad in caps. Oh my god. Didn't see you there, chicken shins. You leave chef's shins alone. They're perfectly normal shins. Is this how girls like tease each other? They just like make fun of like really obscure body parts you like never even thought about before? It's awful. Can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know even her name is annoying, you know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. If anyone here's know what perfect shins look like, it's definitely us. We're not gonna let you or your really weird insult get to us. Did you see that one on Steam, The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog? I have not. I did see it. I saw that something exists. I haven't downloaded it or gone to play it. I downloaded this because I read, what was it called? Like on The Tender Wings of Love or something like that. Like they released an Amazon Kindle free download romance book about Colonel Sanders. And it was like 60 pages or something. So of course I had to download and read it. And then I saw that this existed. So I was like, I'm just going to have to keep up with all the Colonel Sanders lore that they're putting out. Didn't we watch a drama once? Holy shit, you're right. I think Lifetime made a movie about Colonel Sanders and we watched it. And that was also, yeah, it was amazing. It was like 10 out of 10. Man, I completely forgot about that movie. That movie was so good. Oh my god. Oh, and they like called him by his first name too to try and make it like not Colonel Sanders. She's like, oh, Harland. Good stuff. Anyways, we're not gonna let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van Man the Man has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rocking glutes. Van Van. God. You rang. Jamie. Once Calvin's in school, I'm gonna need you to bust out the sewing machine. This is the couple's cosplay that we've been looking for. You can be Ashley, and I can be Van Van. We won't get anywhere because people will just never stop taking pictures with us, but this is the play. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van Van have just been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. Can't believe the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You think they'd just hand us our diplomas now? Maybe hire us as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. I like this guy's pose. Oh, he's got the comb too. With the first day of school about to start, there's not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. See you later, losers. So you approach the door, you see a goofy looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Whoopsie, he just ripped. Oh, I think it's broken. Reach forward, easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. Oh, first love confession. My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Inspiring. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop. I'm Chef. Are you gonna make me hold this door all day? Yeah, get your ass in here. Late for school. A young man walks in the building ahead of you. Is it just me, or is he kind of cute? About as cute as your bangs, Miriam. I think it's just you. Yep, there we go. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in, keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium in front of the class. Adorable. Tell me this is the teacher. Oh my god. Quiet down, everyone. Sprinkles. Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he our culinary class? No one's questioning why he's talking. You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and a little fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. Cute dog is our professor. This is the best school ever. I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as you swirl of cherry blossom petals. Around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside of the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone closed the window and then... Oh shit. He walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student, his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him. If it isn't my favorite student, Ireland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel. Of course, why would you call me by my name? Please. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel everyone is looking at you and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be sweaty sweats a lot. Maybe we should open that window back up before Faucet Pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Hold on just a second. No one talks to my friend like that. Ooh, Miriam getting feisty. You both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class, and what is with all your really weird insults? Besides, when Chef sweats, it's not gross, it's beautiful. Look at that shimmer, damn straight. I have a shimmer to me when I play the drums. You turn to find Colonel Sanders standing right in front of you. Oh my god, I don't have any other options. Colonel Sanders, beautiful angel that he is, stands before you, smiling gently, his hand outstretched. Boy, howdy, this classroom gets hotter than a Kentucky fryer. Please, use my handkerchief. You breathe up. Colonel Sanders is talking. Wait, Colonel Sanders is talking to you about how sweaty you look. You're completely mortified. This can't be your first interaction. What if he never forgets this moment? How will you respond? Take the handkerchief or refuse the handkerchief? I'm gonna take it. Probably smells like him, which I assume smells like chicken, so. You stretch out your hand and Colonel Sanders places a fine silk handkerchief in it. It's so beautiful you hesitate to press it on your face, but when you do, the feeling is transcendent. It has his natural scent on it. Called it. It smells of the most delicious chicken you've ever smelled. Called it. I could write the sequel. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world, the birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood. There may even be a really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. Whoa. Just then another student entered the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. They had the intern draw this one. All the budget went into Colonel Sanders. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. Hope everyone had a good summer. Really miss. Late to class is bad enough. Interrupting my monologue. You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in this school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Oh, this poor kid. What is he doing with his hands? Like, does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. What the fuck? Okay. The class bursts into laughter. This thing's face. Ah, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose in the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should take better care of yourself. You never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. Wouldn't all of these be insulting to, like, the CEO of the school? Like, why would I be carrying, like, a high-end treat? And I don't want to give him a ball, right? 'Cause, like, then he would just think I just think of him as a dog instead of, like, a true professional. I don't like any of these options. Treat. That's what I was thinking also. I was leaning beef just because it seemed like the higher end. You reach beneath your apron, return a small bit of beef jerky in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it. Beef? Are you trying to give me a heart attack? I would never eat that. Oh, man. I feel like there was no good option there. Look at that face. You clearly do not belong here. Please remove your apron and then remove yourself from this class and this school. It seems you've reached the end of the line. Game over. We lost. Oh. God damn it, Jamie. You failed as a groomer. Scruffy looking. Oh my god, no. No. Oh, I didn't realize we had to play all this again. Jesus. Oh my god, Jamie. Take the handkerchief. We're going to do all the same options, but we're going to give him the chicken instead. Alright. Chicken snack. You reach beneath your apron, return the chicken snack in your hand, Sprinkle's eyes goes wide and locked onto it. His favorite! It's like we never lost. Well, I think there might be some competition for new star student. Furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. You see their students eyeing you jealously. Pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seat, you're left standing in front of the room. Only two options remain. Hey chef, this seat's still here. Seems that no one claimed the seat next to me if you're interested. Two good options, but which will you choose? Obviously, I feel like we sit by the best friend, right? Like, I don't want to seem like desperate. Or do I want to take that seat just to guarantee future interactions? I don't want to ditch my friend. I really hope this is another game over situation that I have to fast forward through. I'm going friend. You want to play hard to get, right? You move to take your seat next to Miriam. I'm so glad to have you near me to support me through this class. Of course, you're my best friend. Who else would I sit by? Colonel Sanders. He has such a magnetic personality, and there's a seat open right next to him. If you had sat there, you might have gotten to know him a little better. I'd never sacrifice our friendship. I'm sure I'll get to talk to him later this semester. I got 3 whole days. That's like a lifetime. Colonel Sanders is just so darn dreamy. The professor makes an announcement. Think fast. Time for a pop quiz. Awesome. Incredibly important short quiz. Tell me if you're ready for life culinary school. Keep your knives sharp. Focus sharper. Here comes question 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. That's right. Forest is to tree as chicken is to Heather. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? Of course it's a spork. Like a spoon and a fork. It has like everything you could need. What food is best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. Camel meat. Pancakes that look like a silly face. This is tough. Alright, what do you think? I feel like the pancake that looks like a silly face is like a guaranteed cheer me up, right? Are we going for like the anything? We're never gonna beat this game in 2 hours. That's right. Alright, sick. Is Sprinkles a good boy? He's the talking dog teacher at culinary school. He's the best boy. That's right. Your total score is 5 out of 5. Let's go. Be honest. Did you cheat? Did you look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you telling? Oh, we've impressed the Colonel. I know we just met, but I have to confess. I think you have a beautiful brain. Hot diggity, chef. You just scored some major Colonel Sander points with that performance. May I have your attention, students? Important announcement to make. Time for lunch! Cafeteria is the nicest any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. Delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. You smell that? It must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just want to apologize for my tardiness. You see, I was... Damn, Colonel just stepping all over this kid. Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, It's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But, lunch. Ah, poor kid. And now that the new semester, I prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. Must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, that smell. Alright, let's see what Colonel made us. I have a sneaking suspicion. It's a bucket of fried chicken. If I would have put money on a bucket of fried chicken. He lifts a large bucket over his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. I feel like most buckets of fried chicken glimmer in the light for me. Piled higher, huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. Damn, that looks good. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken. What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble, as in to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I've been developing a secret recipe for perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. That's all I'll say about that. What, you think we want your stupid secret recipe? Pshaw, nah, my dude, nah. I'm just drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is a poison. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, now it's just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet as innocent, and she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van the man, if you don't want any, I'll take his. True. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now, there's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of the bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you into another dimension. Alone with your taste buds gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try to identify every flavor. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Swim towards the light. I feel like as a cooking student, I should meditate on this moment and try to identify every flavor. I'm being super objective about this. Like, I'm not really as focused on, like, marrying Colonel Sanders as I am on, like, being an amazing chef, right? Should I be? I guess the objective is to try to win over Colonel Sanders. So should I be like trying to? You let the food rest in you. I want to be able to impress him with my ability to identify any of those herbs and spices later on. You let the food rest in your mouth and focus on it, scrutinizing every flavor. Salt, maybe. Pepper, too obvious. Oregano, basil, but maybe there's something else. Something dark, something spicy. You dig deeper. Deeper. Yes, even deeper still until you find it. Could it be? Redacted. They would never actually tell us. He really did it. How bold, how adventurous to use. Redacted. You try to go even deeper into the sea of flavors, but this revelation alone is more than you can handle. You snap out of it and realize that this information was meant to remain a secret, and yet, now you know. A mantle of responsibility now rests upon your shoulders. As you look around, you realize everyone in the room is consumed by the lunch. No one noticed that you traveled through space and time. After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. Hell yeah. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new... What the fuck did this staff come from? It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester's only getting started. We've got 2 more days to get to know each other. This man's slow and steady. He's clearly not going to give it up easy, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got moxie. I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone and leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use redacted. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Redacted? Wow! You'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. And redacted definitely isn't the flavor you tasted before, so now you're 2 ingredients closer to knowing the full recipe. But you don't tell the Colonel. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings, think about how my story will continue out after I graduated. Sounds like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now's the perfect moment to show your personality. Neg him to show your own strength. Wow him with a big idea to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. Be modest but thoughtful. I'm leaning C, modest but thoughtful. I don't really want to insult his recipe by making him think that I think that it needed something. You know what I mean? Like, dude, this is pretty good, but what if you did? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta make him feel like he's got some. Neg him to show your own strength. I'm gonna see. I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now you've got his attention. The flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery, it was perfect. I appreciate the compliment, Chef. I'm sure you'll be a big success. I know we've only met today, but I'm starting to get the same feeling about you. We should head back inside. The next lesson starts soon. You step in the massive cooking arena, where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could possibly need. Looks like Kitchen Stadium. Look at this place, it's magnificent. We finally get to show our stuff. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? Not gonna blow anything except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're gonna earn with your signature. Adorable tiny food creations. Welcome students to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team of 2, that is, me and you, if that wasn't clear. Direct. Want to be my partner? Aww. Sure, Chef. I'll prepare our station. Ooh. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. 2 different students quickly take notice. The actual recipe was leaked last year. Oh shit, I didn't know that. Hello, new partner. I didn't know that. So we could try to make it ourselves, Jamie. My 2 potential partners. Sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. Looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? I'm gonna ask Pop because she said she thought he was cute, and despite how fucking weird he seems, we did acknowledge that he has to be pretty damn good to have gotten into this school. So, I'm gonna trust him over this fucking awesome looking robot. Sorry, Clank, but I think Miriam will partner with Pop today. Pop gives a big smile as he steps up to the same station as Miriam. I'm a chef. He's like the Butters of the story. He holds up a banana and without peeling it, he proudly eats the entire thing. It's disconcerting, but Miriam is too kind to act grossed out. I love your enthusiasm, Pop. She looks at you like, really, this kid? But it's too late to change your choice now. I believe. He's a visionary. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. For you two, for today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. Actually, more than a year ago, Chicago Tribune, 2016. Damn. So it's been out for a while. I wonder how many, like, recipes we could find online that just use them. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy and you don't even need to cook it. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind. Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. I feel like I want to inspire Colonel to serve my grandmother's mashed potato and gravy at his restaurants that he hopes to open. I feel like steak tartare and octopus just sounds fucking... I'm not a seafood guy. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh my god. That flex. Couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off of my man. Someone call for me? Oh, no, geez, Van Van. While I'm over here crushing chef's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. Yeah, the soundtrack slaps. This is the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns. Arms... This song, dude. Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into a boiling water and turns attention to you and your old friends. Howdy there, Ashley and Van Van. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now? No, it looked like Chef was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is, these young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. What a bitch. I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van Van. Personally, I have no doubt whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. It's still loud as fuck. I'm gonna drop it just a little bit. Alright. Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Still gonna drop this a little more. It's super loud. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for the Colonel if you don't watch out. Well, her name is Ashley, so... Ashley is going hard, really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks in your time of need. Turn to Miriam, your forever bestie who always has your back. I'm here to learn and express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of the class. Let's all respect the format, shall we? Turn to Colonel Sanders that you can confirm you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on Chef as my partner, and I stand by it. Based on your team's behavior, I say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Chef's natural talent or their loyalty. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn these cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize, in tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed boiled potatoes into a perfect creamy mashed texture with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy smothering your nearly finished potato dish. The artwork in this game is amazing. This is... wow. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The result looks spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds the spork out to you. You reach out and grab a hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Why would I do that? We were winning. Everything was fine. Van, do something. Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there, Chef. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. I know where I'd throw it. Can I have potato face? Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy, pathetic. In just a few minutes, I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty. Braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. I don't like octopus or seafood, but it's pretty badass. Like, I'd be really happy if we went to a restaurant and I got like a steak served on a fucking axe. That'd be sick. You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes as Van swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't. Something about this dish doesn't quite strike my nose right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It's been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. Everyone step back. Don't take another bite. Holy shit, that guy just died? Oh my god, this kid. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it's gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Whoopsie. Tastes like poison. He's like, reminds me of Ralph from The Simpsons, or like Butters. The entire class gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment, snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against the poison of all kinds. Good for him. I'm not sure the professor's here to make enough money. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What? Like, for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him? Colonel Sanders? Yes, chef? There's something I need to tell you. Oh, there's something I need to tell you first. You see, when I was a young boy, my father, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen in every day since. I've been working towards that dream day and night, never stopping, never resting, also lifting lots of weights. Like, so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. I wonder how much like the real Colonel Sanders this is, like how accurate this portrayal is. Hey, no, you, shut up. I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Student. Somewhere in the distance, you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. I'm the hero. What the fuck is that? Is so cursed. Oh my god, the Spork monster is here to fight a hero. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Be afraid. Be very afraid of me because I'm a monster, see? Is he's rhyming on purpose or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? I feel like I always attack, right? You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Alright, Cook with Love. Cook with Love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upset Spork Monster. The Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. I feel like 1 damage isn't very good. Like, it worked last time, right? Cook with Love. Spork Monster focuses their mash mine and draws energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? I feel like we should defend. It's going to be a big attack, right? Which defense will you use? Trepidation. You hold your head between your hands and mutter, this is not happening. This is not happening. Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble. They go on the attack. Utilitensely, you take 2 damage. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. You decide to go on the attack. Cook with Love. Oozing cheese sauce into the lawn of the quad. I wonder who's going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable. He prepares his ultimate attack. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. That monster's cursed as fuck. Like, these guys had such a good time making this game. Pot Pie Power Pinch. Pot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage. Spork Monster is defeated. Shh, you saved me. An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Forget mercy and finish him or spare this wretched beast. Should we show mercy in front of the Colonel? That thing is fucking hideous. Like, I feel like it doesn't belong in this world. No student will ever walk the quad in fear again. This monster messed with the wrong chef. You're ready for your final attack. You'll never survive my student debt loan destruction. 10 damage. Spork Monster is completely vaporized. Colonel Sanders looks on in awe. You continue to surprise me, chef. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection it's much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. Dude, I feel like I never know what's coming next. This is glorious. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. Of course you do. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko, that name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attacks left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. In your dreams, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Bro. You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or were they premonitions? You lie in bed, stare at the ceiling, think about the secret you discovered while tasting Colonel Sanders' cooking yesterday. You still can't believe he really used redacted. And then there was a secret ingredient. He went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret. It's probably because he already trusts you so much. That makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet with your bestie in front of the school before you can tell her about the encounter with the Spork monster. She launches into a story of her own. I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Pop. See, I knew it. That's why I put her with him instead of the robot. Of course she does. Because only a girl with bangs would watch him eat the banana with the peel and think like, he's kind of cute. Like him, like, I know it sounds like it's moving fast. There's something about him. I like him, like him. We got to talking after class and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders enlisted in the army when he was only 3. Say 30 or 3. I'm going to assume 3. Let's make it more ridiculous. Not only that, but he founded a special unit of super soldiers who all wear the same hat just because he put a hat on one time and thought it looked cool. Colonel Sanders doesn't wear a hat. He wears a ribbon tie. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you slowed down with this new boy like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student ever to attend the university. You're a thing. We definitely connected yesterday. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Damn. Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Ooh. If he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? However, you don't tell her that you know a second ingredient too, which you discovered on your own. Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. Secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals and that if I did him a big favor I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here, whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anyone. Please, 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 it would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? I have a lot of respect for the Colonel, alright? And his secret, I find it repulsive that the Chicago Tribune published the secret recipe. That's a huge blow to a chef, bro. Quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about it was an Eye of Newt? That's a fucking terrible lie. I know it sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt, wow. Only a girl that has a crush on Pop would actually believe Eye of Newt was the ingredient. Her eyes light up, imagining such a thing, and you figure that you satisfied her curiosity and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around, does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. That can only mean the arrival of one. What the? Colonel Sanders, he's arriving at school. Stand back and admire his majestic glory, or run to him. With chicken pattern saddle? Yeah. You decide that the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are would be to run to him. Surely he'll sweep you on the back of his stallion and you'll ride away together. That'll show her for good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel. However, your sudden movement surprised the horse. It rears up, kicking you directly in the face. Game over. The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. In the darkness, you see a vision. Chef, I'm here to deliver you a message. It's important that you remember this exactly as I say it. Jesus, somebody write this down. If you forget, the world could end, so you know it's serious. I've been trapped in a realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And that name is... But before he can continue, you suddenly awake. Aw, jeez. You awake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He aroused you back. I said aroused on purpose. He aroused you back to life with the satchel of secret spices, or is that just his natural seasoned musk? I feel like everybody that works at KFC probably walks around with that seasoned musk. And it's probably not as good as this game is making it sound. Compliment the craftsmanship of his horse's shoes, lean in for a kiss. I don't think we're ready to make that move. Alright, one thing is for sure, he's pretty dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. Could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face. There we go, a joker. That's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. Into the classroom, your 2 rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, it must be really bad. Counterfeiting recipes bad. Experimenting with restricted ingredients. Summoning a demon. I mean, we got a spork monster. Could be. You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder. Honestly, Lewis, you're probably right about Ashley being the spork monster summoner, considering that the name sounded familiar. It's probably her last name. You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? God, that was so bad. Act like you're not interested, but really try to get a closer look. Tell them to stop acting immature. Yeah. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van muttering something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules. I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you. This guy. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. Oh, this guy fucking knows. You finally get a look at what it was they were hiding. You instantly recognize it. How did they get it back? My God. It's the same book I found last night in the quad. For now, we'll nickname it the Book of Cock. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. This book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. That makes it sound like they're bullying him, but Pop seems like the kind of kid that's probably really enjoying that. We're playing. There you go. All right. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. Time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late. Van Van's meaty foot. Talk to him. He didn't do anything. Think you're talking to. Oh. All right. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. She's fucking creepy. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't, honestly. What do I care? I got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then Sprinkles arrived, signal a true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Take your seats. Apologize for my late arrival. Spent the morning chasing a car all around town. I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. Sprinkles stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's the scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on you and licks your face. Oh, boy, down. Oh, Topin! That command shouted by Colonel Sanders has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that. I wonder what's up with talking dog. Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do, which is why in 1776 at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was chicken. It was a chicken who first signed their name? Sounds like a good premise for like a new national treasure. Can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, chef, naturally this appears to you to be a sample platter, okay? Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water, a shimmering pepper, a dog biscuit. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in the most eye-catching way, so naturally reach out and grab it and eat it right away. Your body's not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. Feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend. I'm here to give you an important message. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... Fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... Sorry, I think I got some spice stuck in my throat. The prophecy. You must. Alright. Oh, man. You come to and find everyone staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Hey, it's time for lunch. The cafeteria lights dim and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the chart. Demand they stop wasting everyone's time. Step up and tell them you're on. Do we take them on? A bit of lunchtime competition? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not a fool, you're a fool. Good one, Van Van. I like your gumption, chef. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this. Now, students, please settle down. It's a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Fine. Little sense, you breathe a sigh of release. At least not until we turn on the timer. Aw, shit. Timer ready. Just then a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Oh. Stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. No idea what the fuck he's talking about. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now's my chance to shine. I will defeat you. All right, you had his chicken, you made his mashed potatoes and gravy day one. You're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water boil at? 100. Fuck if I know. That's wrong. All right, what were you thinking? Get your head in the game. That's bullshit. Celsius doesn't exist here. You're gonna need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he use? 11. You might not know all the ingredients, but you're heading in the right direction. Now that it was a 50-50, I know. Now that you got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? That's wrong. All right. I'm begging you to get it together. All right, I'm definitely not going to pass this. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You got to pick up the pace. When you were a child, your father told you never forget where you came from. Oh my God. Now be a good chance. Where does it come from? All right. Focus on the cooking. What is the sound of success? Oh my God. God damn it. This game is tough. All right. All right. All right. All right. Stupid. All right. 100 Celsius. How many herbs? 11. That's right. Okay. What state of mind offers you the most flavor? Gratitude. Never take this opportunity for granted. When you were a child, never forget where you came from. Small town where dreams were born. All right, that's right. Try to shout out the noise of the arena. What is the sound of success? Bubbling? What the fuck? It's silence? You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. He really just threatened me with a spray bottle. I believe in you. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to fill a traditional Victorian bathing tub? What the fuck? I didn't even get to finish the question. Oh my God. You're stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. You and Colonel Sanders ready to get... You and Colonel Sanders... Oh my God. Ashley's begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. Toss your biscuit dough into a stand. Make sure as you do, the crowd goes, ooh. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in the kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands, but chef does. And a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by doing things the easy way. And you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand in the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. You're not fast enough. Your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. Alright, that was a fucking disaster. So close to finishing my dish. Oh, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. This bitch. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquet atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry. Is that just like a French way to spell jelly? We're gonna go with a yes. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. This goatee isn't just a fashion statement, it's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. Oh my god. All the wrong moves, bro. Oh no! The whole thing? The whole thing? Nah, dude. Alright, 100 Celsius. 11 spices. Dude, I suck. What state of mind? Gratitude. Small town, big dreams. Silence. That's right. He'll be unable to speak. He's actually cheering on. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Am I even supposed to pick any of those? Like, they're not... None of those would help me. Guess I'll internalize the rage. Oh, shit. Alright, well, my bad. I accidentally skipped something I shouldn't have, but I ran out in my shame. Alright, the beautiful weather feels like an insult inside of you as storm ranges. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. Fuck. He won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now, not just from the devastating loss, but that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine, can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. What the fuck is this music? Do you think I've never failed at anything before? What does this popcorn button do? That's exactly what I think, that he's never failed. Think again, I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Handsome, sure, I was born that way. I've walked other paths, arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight, and I lost my innocence when I picked up a firearm and put a bullet in my rival. He survived for a while anyhow. Yes, I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, it's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I'll create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Fucking pop. Alright, just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's a spork monster! Gorko the Spork Monster is here to fight a hero. Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu? Sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn we already battled you last night. That was Borko, my twin, and I, Gorko, am here to avenge them. Are you stronger than Borko? Well, we're twins, so no, not really. We're pretty much exactly equal in every way. Why do you ask? Colonel Sanders smirks. He's already on the same page as you. It's just that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't think you have much of a chance. Not to mention, I feel really guilty about that. If I could take it back, I would. I think what Chef is saying is, can't we just be friends? Life is too short for making enemies. I suppose we really don't need to fight. It's just that I've gotten these pointy teeth and claws. All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat, don't we all? Of course I do. Inspiration strikes and you come up with a quick idea. Jump on this! You toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth and he devours it in one gulp. Delicious. You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into this creature who stands here today. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no, I was a chihuahua. But I was still a student at this school until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me and I was forever transformed. I thought like when we found the book, like we kept the book. Like I didn't think we would have left the magic spellbook on the floor. Twin Chihuahuas, you thinking Taco Bell reference? Magic spellbook, precisely. Borko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I will be there. It sounds like there's some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Chef, together I'm sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. Personal invite, you can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like. It sounds like you're about to find out. Alright. Let's take a moment. Alright. The baby picture of him with the goatee holding the drumstick is amazing. Him on the camel is also golden. Alright. Start to feel a special bond. Looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. You've been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. There is something, it's a side dish I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. Ooh, it's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy, perhaps both. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret? He trusted me with an ingredient. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. That sound effect is so good. Magnificent. Together, you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. Oh. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap an item to discover more about the Colonel. You gaze out a window at a vast lake and range beyond, then the ghost of a student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? I never learned your name, why would I avenge you? I can tell you my name right now. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open a window crack and let the ghost of a student is swept out with a breeze. Tap on an item to discover more. When you pick it up, it's a real stuffed chicken. Little note clapped to the chicken's foot reads, the true state of bird of the great state of Kentucky. Oh my god. The hair therein isn't just silvery in color, it's actually made of spun silver. It's not just silvery in color, it's spun silver. Scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. The gravy scented candles they sent out. Power tool, freshly starched collar, piece of wood floating in a lake. Summer of 69. No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's redacted. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Oh my god, do I go watch him? An adorable little boy from the Goatee the Mustache Company. Figure this must be Colonel Sanders himself. Take a look at the urn. Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures. Poor guy. Must be where he keeps the secret recipe. Think for a moment what number is important to Colonel Sanders, and it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. You find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? A man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. I don't see that happening at all in this picture. You look closely and see there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt? What the hell is happening? So like, is he from future? Is he a time traveler? Take one off and try it on. The jacket's a big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. Try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Oh, crap. You forgot to take it off. You decide that now's your moment to make a big move. You tell him you're cold. You fess up and tell the truth. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. I got a little cold and I thought this might warm me up. He smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. It's warm by the fire. Why don't you come a little closer? Suddenly, everything feels like it's moving too fast. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're going to cook. I should be home studying. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door, but the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Chef? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence. Okay. Oh my god. The frame rate on that is abysmal. I hope that my dreams look like that tonight. Just like me riding on a fucking drumstick in space. Oh my god, I spent the night. Am I a slut? You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today's the day that could change the rest of your life. Think about the new secret ingredient you learned about. Redacted. In some jurisdictions, redacted isn't even legal, but if the recipe is secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Just a fried chicken drumstick and buttery biscuits. I like it. It screams breakfast. KFC doesn't serve breakfast, do they? It's meticulous. Alright, you taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. Would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Didn't he just tell us that he shot his last business partner? This is not where I want to go. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. It's such a fucking long name. You get home and find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of the night. No, dude. Tell me she spent it with Pop. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something happened to you. It's okay. I was just... Now it turns out you're fine. I can get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I'd been partnered up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him. I like this match. Of course, I told him, you'd better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. And here I am walking home from the Colonel's house. Ugh. A shame. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the little guy. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house. Things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say shush house as if that's a thing people say? What is it even referring to? I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story. However, bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. I went on a date too. Back to Colonel Sanders' house where I spent the night with him? Oversell it. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection? Wowzers! Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals. These fucking guys. You can tell from a distance they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh no. I'll order you one up right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. There's that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You got some nerve, chef, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse? You're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. How am I going to cook in the finals? Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. Naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? How's the hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Fucking Ashley. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? What about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. It's a lot of words to say. It was bland, bitch. Excuse me, chef. I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself. Ooh, whoa. Sorry. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk to class, Colonel? I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, chef. Oh no! Oh, annoyed by his inability to see her for who she really is, you walk across the quad and attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley. Take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. That's the book. It looks like bad news. It's something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff, like a book of spells. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use I could use this spell in here. It says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming exam. That is super drastic. Maybe tie a string around your finger. You've got a memory casting spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Why would I cast the spell to erase my own memory? I wonder if it makes like the final thing harder. I'm not doing that. You put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. I feel like if the option was for like a more enticing spell, I would have gone for it. But like, why do I want to erase my memory? Like, that sounds risky as fuck. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for students, clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know, I feel something of a dark moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. Oh. Alright. Cute little nose scrunches up. He begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for him some old homework to give him a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable. Wait to see what happens. Focuses on the window, he's deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on a cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence! I told you never to come back here, Terrence. I will destroy you, Terrence. Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. I apologize for the outburst. Brings up an important point. Thank you, Chef, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see... Before you can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by sad whimpering coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class, but I miss you. We went on one date, Pop. How can you miss me when I'm right here? Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Miriam. Every time I blink, you go away again. Dude. That's a really cute thing to say, Miriam. What happened between you and Pop? I got her in trouble and now she's mad at me. I didn't just get in trouble. I got yelled at by Pop's mother, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in. That's what you meant by shush house. I know. We went on one date. We're over. It meant so much to me that I made this for you. Alright, he leaves his creation in the room and runs out. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. That was unfortunate, but we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. I'm gonna fail this also. Before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is delicious treasure. So you know this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. And you know this, I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs. She hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? I might. Of course not. Maybe sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. It's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, this whole year. So what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest. Oh my god. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. Professor Dog is going to love it up. Completely missed lunch, but that's okay because you had a better idea how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. Alright, location of the final challenge. Chance to beat the villains. You run through a quick test of the recipe you've been working on. Chef's famous chicken pot pie. Damn, Jamie, you haven't made it. Wow. After practicing for months, making this dish comes to second nature to you. You're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do... Of course, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders and all his little cherry blossom petals. Chef, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Taking it all in, I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake. The smell is slowly filling the space around you. Oh. Visualizing, that's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick when the oven timer goes off behind you. There's no way he's just not gonna notice. I feel like if I don't fess up, I'm gonna like burn the school down. Okay, you got me. I'm doing more than visualizing. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. It's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell. Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. My nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? No, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. I have a feeling if I tried to hide it, it would have started burning. That's a good looking pot pie. The best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lay down the ground rules. There's no rules. Cook with everything you've got. There's no rules. I could just like go sabotage everybody. Step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Imagine going to such a ridiculously prestigious culinary academy and being like, I think I'm going to make mac and cheese. I'm going to knock their fucking socks off. Alright, you decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing. I read that. Alright, Van and Ashley are preparing wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has a giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely preparing to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Baster Blaster! Van Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid! Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out to the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out. Is she going to use dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take the opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Hell no. No way. That pot pie was fucking bomb. I feel like I probably can't fuck up mac and cheese. Who needs magic when you got passion? I'm gonna do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you. Oof. Miriam notices too. I've always believed in you, Chef, since we were little kids because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. That's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. He doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get an eye of newt from? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. Why would an eyeball in boiling water? Anyways, the watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. Oh my god. Steve the Spork Monster. What happened to Gorko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We Spork Monsters are many. Gorko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve. And I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? Sorry, Steve, but I'm in the middle of something. You mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh? Yep, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country, you can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. You know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in Monster School that I had fallen asleep during Scare Tactics class, and when I woke up, just serious stare at Steve, and he takes the hint. I'll tell you later. Good luck. All right. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Give up and drop out, or summon extra power from deep within yourself? Are we about to go Super Saiyan cooking? I have what it takes. I came here to win. Yes, we are. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as the culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Chef, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground, energy courses through your body. This is one of the best games I've ever played in my life. You know that with this power, you can do anything. except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you are powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and it can't be served. But don't worry, dear chef. You may have suffered some setbacks, but not all is lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you've earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. Jamie, I want to cosplay this. I want a Halloween costume of this. With the staff. What is this music? Like, this is so good. I want to dye my hair. I want the goatee. I want all of this. I want to be this. For sure. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. Imagine going to a top-tier culinary university, and you're in the finals against other students. You're basically like in your PhD defense, right? Your thesis. And your what is it called? Anyways. And you're serving up mac and cheese and chicken tenders to the judges. Besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Jamie, it's the fucking mac and cheese bowl that you wanted. Time's up, students. The pinnacle. With time expired, it's the moment everyone's been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop, Clank. From off screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying. Sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. Looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I was kind of hoping for like a big twist at the end that he was like a total god and like the dog is gonna love his food. Can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure, you kids and your pranks. I must say it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks? Clank, where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, and other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Collect your final projects. It's been a long semester. 3 whole days. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Describe your dish. Holy shit. Tender udon noodles and savory soup. Dude, that would be like wildly disappointing. 'Cause that looks good, but like... Look at it's so small. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Naruto Maki? I spy afloat in itsy bitsy bowl. Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Of course you need baby tea leaves for baby tea. Just like you need mini cupcake mix for mini cupcakes. Right, Jamie? Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? I absolutely would not. Alright. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. I'll enjoy it by myself. I'm so good. In a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with so much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, chef, for helping me to believe in myself. Van Van, you're up. Describe your dish. I made... Not a seafood, guys. This is not... Uni over smooth egg custard in axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second? Different colored types of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is my kind of brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof, please be gentle with my cuisine. Grr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch, my tongue. The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. How's he gonna taste the rest? A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected. Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified. For glamour? Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. Of course. I always remember, I think it was the time that Scarf went to Japan and he met up with Mike and they accidentally ordered sea urchin and they all fucking hated it and said it was fucking nasty. Very acquired taste, I guess. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment. Oh, I said that. I know, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps to calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. Time to step it up. Describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. I'd eat it. That does not sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school. Go toast your ears or something. Got toast in your ears or something. Shit, they're fucking insults like have me struggling to read. Got toast in your ears or something, chef? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school, which is why I cooked it. I did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. God damn, this entire class basically failed. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. With that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. Why did we get to project together on the final project that was supposed to be individual? Two chefs, there we go. What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. Aw, Jamie, are you ready? Woo-wee! He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I'd seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I've never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment: to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house. You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist. Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. I can't believe they actually redrew them for like one final scene here. After all that. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. He didn't really die. Amusing. Now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster, and he totally mellowed out. The Spork Monster is no more. From here on out, I'd prefer everyone refer to me by new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. Red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat, a crown. Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least that we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. Alright, so he gets everything he wants. His dad's the dean. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. Miriam, will you be my lady king? What an incredible turn of events, an offer to join the royal family. It's like a dream come true. You'll get to be a princess or maybe a queen. I'm not sure if he even knows, but either way, crowns and gowns, baby. Sorry, Pop, but I'm not interested. Not now, at least. I've got so much to do with my life. I really respect Miriam's me-first attitude, and I feel like she's grown a lot in her character arc through this story. A twist on a twist, so many more 3-day universities to attend, so many tiny foods to meticulously sculpt and then watch get accidentally blown away by a single sneeze. Okie doke. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who arrived late to the dance. Now that I graduated, I can reveal my truth. He's still doing the talking thing. I'm Clank and I'm not of this earth. I'm actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I've learned the ways of your kind, I must return. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, of course, the cherry blossom petals. Oh my god, dressed down for the dance? Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he's come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Oh my god. Chef, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know, spicy musk, a tidy goatee, a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. Oh, he's sweating now. It's truly my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Chef. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? I think it's something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear chef, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually, and along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. I feel like all right, I don't have it in me to skip that intro. No, not speechless. I just don't have it in me to skip that intro. It's fucking glorious. I feel like there was a lot of work put into the story, the characters, and everything for it to just cut off. Like, it really just, like, didn't resolve. And that's probably because they didn't want to establish a full-fledged relationship between you and Colonel Sanders, but it just didn't feel like... I don't know. Damn Tease is right. I do feel like we got swindled out of a proper ending. But the good news there is it gives me hope that through this or some other medium, we'll get to keep playing. We'll get to continue the story or continue more stories about Colonel Sanders. That was a fucking ride. Wasn't really much of a game. It was really all story, but I don't care. It was a hell of a story. And I'm really glad I played it. I'm glad you were here for it. Damn.